I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. Keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spotlight Over the City. I'm your host, Stan Long, and guess who I have in the building today? My lovely, super-duper wife, the one and only Terry Long. What's going on, babes?
Hi, honey. I'm super good.
You're super good?
Yes, even though you called me at the last minute.
But you know what? That's what wives do. They come through in the clutch, right?
That's right. I put on my Wonder Woman cape, y'all, and I left my office sitting there and said, I got to go.
That's right. You got to go. You looking good sitting up here, too, though.
Thank you, baby. You
Yeah, you kinda
biased. You
cute.
just saying that. You biased.
No, I'm not biased. You really are
I got
cute.
young folk over there. I look okay, y'all?
You look
Are you
good.
sure?
You look good. You look good.
Because I was not prepared for this today.
Okay.
Okay.
So, first of all, I want to say Happy New Year's to everybody. Hope everybody made it safe into this new year. I know it was tough. 2017 may not have been the greatest for some, but guess what? We got a whole nother year to get it right. So welcome to the new year, you guys. It's a tough day out there. It's kind of crazy, but guess what? We still doing Spotlight, so we in the building. So we're going to get right to it because we have a wonderful guest today. We have an R&B singer, songwriter, rapper. He does all kind of stuff, but guess what? Taylor Chin is in the building, and he's going to bless us with some vocals, and we're going to get it popping, so stay tuned. But guess what? Spotlight over the news, you guys. Spotlight news. And guess what? This young lady right here, Tina Knowles. A.K.A. Tina Knowles. She don't want to be called Tina Knowles. Tina Lawson, A.K.A. Tina Knowles, 64 years old. And when I say she is beautiful, she is absolutely gorgeous. So happy birthday to Tina Knowles, A.K.A. Tina Lawson, which is, you already know, Beyonce's mom. This is where she got her beauty from, by the way. What you think, wife? She look good, right?
She looks amazing. I will only hope to look that good.
Talking to the mic. Put the mic here. Talk right into the mic.
So
There you
he's
go.
bossy at work and
Yeah, you
at
got
home.
to do that, though. You got to be heard.
Yes, she looks amazing. She is what I hope to look like when I'm 64 years old, for sure. She looks really, really good.
She does. I thought she was amazing. So shout out to her. Another birthday, Lloyd. Lloyd turns 32. So shout out to Lloyd.
Who is
Happy
Lloyd?
birthday to him. You don't
The
know
singer?
Lloyd?
The singer?
That guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, happy birthday, Lloyd. Shout out to him. Haven't heard from Lloyd in a while. Tell me one Lloyd song.
I
Who know a Lloyd song? Just one.
Get me started, and I'm going to sing it.
No, don't sing it, though. I just want, you going to sing
You
it?
let other people sing on the show?
Okay.
That's right.
Let's sing it. See, they got it popping over there. And yeah.
For what I do.
Okay.
If I knew the words, I would kill it.
Well, you don't know the So anyway, shout out to Lloyd. Happy birthday to Lloyd. We're going to get on to some more important news at this point, though, because we got to move the show on a little bit. So, first of all, Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar is doing the soundtrack for the new movie called Black Panther. I thought that was huge. I love it. I like Kendrick Lamar. He's one of my favorites. Not just for the music, but for him as a man, as a person. I like what he stands for. So, I thought that was a big deal. He's getting some backlash, not him personally, but they're giving us, I can't remember the star of the show, but the star of the show supposedly is dating a white female, so they're getting some backlash about him dating a white female playing the main character in Black Panther. So now Black Twitter is boycotting the movie, which I think is whack. What you think?
I think people are just getting way too overly sensitive about this kind of stuff. Like, I just think that's too much. I mean, he's playing in a movie.
Exactly.
His real life wife shouldn't have anything to do with his role in this Black Panther movie. So I just think people are getting way too sensitive nowadays.
Yeah, and I'm not feeling too good, you guys. I'm pushing through. So if I'm up here sweating and feeling crazy, I'm just pushing through because I just got over the flu or something. I don't know what was going on. I'm cold, hot, was in the bed, sweating, couldn't move, weak. Laid down on this, but I'm here. You know, I'm here. I push through, so that's what's happening. Another one, New York Times best-selling author. Now, this one right here is a story in itself. The New York Times best-selling author, what's his name? I'm trying to get this right. I'm trying to read my own handwriting, y'all. Fawn Weaver. He worked to build it. It's called Nearest Green. This guy his name is I'm off because I'm used to Dana here and blah blah blah. Matter of fact, shout out to my co-host Dana. Dana's couldn't make it with us today, so I'm a little off balance because, like I said, wifey came at the last minute, and normally we bounce off each other, but we gonna make it happen, right, wifey?
Yes, we are.
So let me start this thing again. New York Times bestselling author Fawn Weaver works to build the newest green distillery in Tennessee, just months after launching a foundation in honor of an ex-slave, Nathan Nearest Green. Nearest is his nickname, by the way. Nearest Green, who taught Jack Daniel how to be a distiller.
Wow.
He the one who showed a slave. He showed Jack Daniels how to make whiskey.
Wow.
And so in return, this young man has come up with a foundation, and then he's given a distillery. He's building a big-time distillery, in Tennessee in honor of this guy.
Wow.
So that was a big thing for me, because I was just like, wow, so that's pretty hot.
That's pretty hot.
Ex-slave. Now, so picture this. We were bootlegging back in the day, hiding in the woods, distilleries everywhere, blah, blah, blah. That's what we were doing. They was chasing them, arresting them, this and this. Same thing with marijuana. We in the cuffs of marijuana prohibition right now. Same thing. So in those days, people like Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, all these people got rich because they became bootleggers once they learned how to be bootleggers from the bootleggers who were original, which was us.
Right.
Right? So that's what happened. And so we have taught so many people so many things out here, and we don't get the credit because guess what? We couldn't afford the patents, right? You have to be able to afford a patent to do it. So if you can't patent something and you invented it and you tell me, all I have to do is go and file a patent and it's my invention.
And it's yours.
Right? So that's what was happening back in the day where black people couldn't afford a patent. Most of them didn't even know what a patent was because most of them were slave owners. Like we say Bessie Ross sold a flag. I don't think that's accurate. I think her slave sold the flag and Bessie Ross took the flag and said, this is my flag, give me the flag. So that's how it works, right?
Right.
So I need you to have a voice up here today because you talk all that trash when we not on air. So now you on air, you freezing up here like you don't have no opinions.
I'm going to have a voice when you get to something that I have something to say about.
You don't have nothing to say about this ex-slave making liquor for Jim.
I said that's what's up. I like that.
Here's another one you might have something to say about. The founder of Shea Moisture. I cannot say his name, but it's Richeleu.
I think it's
anybody
Richeleu.
can say Richeleu.
I mean,
I think it's French, right? I think it's a French name.
I say Richeleu.
Well, that's his first name. His last name is Dennis.
Let's just say Rich.
He went from French to
because
regular.
he is rich now.
Okay,
so let's
he's
just say
been
rich.
So yeah, so he's the founder of that. But guess what he did? He bought Essence magazine from Time Inc.
Hey.
Right? So he went back and snatched Essence and put it back over there. Now, me personally, I think Essence gave it up. Time gave it up because everything's going online now, and the magazine not as popular as it used to be because most people are not buying hardcover magazines and stuff. So I think they were losing money, me personally. But nevertheless, I'm excited because this black man has bought this, and it was originally black owned.
That's
so
black excellence.
He came back.
That is black
right?
excellence, and we need to see more of that. I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, I thought that was big. So shout out to Puff because Puff brought that to my attention. I didn't even see it, and I saw Puff said, had shouted him out. So I did my homework on it, and I was like, wow, that's a big deal. So that was cool. This story right here.
What story right here?
Motel 6. Hear me good on this. This is crazy. Motel 6 is facing a lawsuit, right? Because these I don't want to call them, okay, this hotel franchise was taking thousands of Latino-sounding names and sending them to the Federal Bureau for Immigrations.
What?
Right?
See,
no calls, no. I come to the hotel. I'm Latino. I tell you my name, and then you take my name and send my name to the Federal Bureau of Immigrations to see if I'm legal.
I had not heard that, but that is
Thousands.
appalling.
I'm talking about thousands of them. They didn't send one or two names. They sent thousands of names.
That is appalling. Have you ever stayed at a Motel 6, Bay?
I have never stayed in a Motel 6.
Never?
Well, I would tell you, okay, true story.
I think I stayed at a Super 8. Is that the same as Motel 6?
Well, they sound the same. So, okay, so back in the day when I used to be in the street, we used to use those type of hotels to do our business. So I would go there, but I wouldn't stay there. I would go there and I would just be there all day and handle some business there, and then we get on about our business. So I never really cared much for Motel 6, but at this point now, I would say don't spend your money with Motel 6 because that's not a good look.
That's not cool.
A lot of people say, Stan, you so pro-black now. Yeah, I'm pro-black, but I'm pro-justice as well. So although I'm pro-black, if you do an injustice to any race, I'm not cool with it. So this Latino race does not deserve for you to take their name, send it to the feds, and try to get them deported.
That is awful.
I think that that's a clown move. I think that it's something that your hotel chain should get closed down for. So I think that we should boycott it. Black people, Latinos, whoever, white, everybody should say, turn your light out. What they say, leave the light on?
Well, we ain't going. We were going to go for your 50th birthday, but we ain't going to Motel 6 now.
You was going to take me to a motel?
Yes. It was special. I was going to rent the whole Motel 6 out.
Are you serious right now?
Yes.
But you was going to rent the whole floor?
The whole floor at Motel 6. Yes, but now I'm not doing it.
Okay, so let me pay for my own hotel and on my birthday, and then you just come with me. How about that?
No, I'm just going to switch the place. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, let's switch the place. On to Mary J. Blige. He gets the clown of the year. Mary J. Blige's ex, Ken Do, I hate to mention this clown's name. Ken Do is now claiming that he's been hospitalized by the stress and all the mayhem coming from Mary J. Blige and this fallout. So now his poor little spirit been in the hospital and he all distraught.
What can I say?
He's such a clown. You're a clown. You're a clown of the year.
What can't I say on here? I can say whatever I want.
You say what you want to spotlight.
He's such a hoe.
Did you say hoe?
He is such a hoe.
Well, I wanted to say it, but I tried not to go that far. But yes, he's a clown and whatever else you want to call him. This a woman, right? First of all, this is a woman. She's making a heck of a living. You was managing her. You was getting a check. Now you're not managing her. You don't get a check.
You don't get a check.
So at the end of the day, why can't you go manage somebody else? Now that you put your clown suit on, you can't manage nobody because guess what? Everybody know you're a clown. So at the end of the day, business is business. But when he was already after $30,000 a month, right? And he wanted her to pay for his other kids and all this other clown. Just a total clown.
So over him.
You make us look bad. You make us look
all
bad.
his wholeness. I'm over it.
So anyway, I'm gonna get off of.
He's a band. Anybody on live who knows what a band is, I'm not gonna say that right here. But he is a capital B, capital A, capital N. Anybody know what that is? Just hit me on my Facebook Live. But he's a band.
What's a band, y'all? How many people
What's a band? Who knows what a band is?
I think they know over there. We're gonna talk about it after the show.
Yeah.
It's an acronym.
If David wasn't sitting in here, I would say it.
It's a band.
He is a band. Ken Do is a B-A-N.
He is. So on to something else.
Hey, Tierra.
NC there. We're gonna keep that one to ourselves. But you know what it is, and Ken Do is one. So moving this story right here, you guys, warm my heart so much. Shout out to this young lady for the excellence. She gets the excellent award. Young lady, a native of North Carolina. Her name is Julia Nepper, right? She went to college at age 12. Age 12. She received an associate's degree by age 14.
Wow.
She then went on to get a bachelor's degree by age 16. And now she's 23 and she just got a PhD.
Yes.
So shout out to you, young lady. Julia Nepper, shout out to you in North Carolina for doing your thing. This is a big deal, you guys.
Big
Excellence is always a good thing to strive for. You, David. You hear that, David? This young lady went to college at 12. You're 10. 2 years older than you. She was in college.
Yes.
College. And she's graduated with a PhD. She never stopped until she got it. I appreciate her for that. So shout out to her. Salute to you. You are excellent.
Shout out to Frank Sparks. He got it right. He knows what a B-A-N is. Yes,
what's
Frank.
Up, Frank? Hey, Frank, what's good, man? Shout out to everybody that's watching us on Facebook. We appreciate you guys. I see we got an audience on Facebook Live. What's going on, Big Jeff? I see my man Jeff. Tracy in the building. I see everybody in the building. Tell your friends, turning the spotlight over the city. If you want to see the commercials, you got to go to live. You got to go to www.spotlightoverthecitylive if you want to see the show in its entirety with the commercials and the whole nine. Other than that, you guys stay with us. Spotlight Sports. I thought this was like amazing. Another young lady. Black excellence with these young girls.
Yeah.
These young women.
Yeah.
Grambling State University, Shakayla Hill makes history after being the first woman to score a quadruple double in one game.
Wow.
Now they was playing against Alabama State. She scored 15 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, and also 10 steals.
Wow.
So now I say, who was checking her? That's the first thing I wanted to know, because you gotta go on the bench. You can't be a starter. But this young lady, nevertheless, is an excellent person, because she probably would have did it on anybody. If you could do a quadruple double, then she probably would at least have a triple double on whoever, right? But that's an amazing feat because it hadn't been done in 25 years.
Shout out to her.
Right, so shout out to you again. Let's get her name. Shakayla Hill, shout out to her. Grambling State. And so, of course, I know they won that game. Alabama State had to lose that one. But shout out to her for that. Black Facts. We're going to move on because we got to push the show. Black Facts. Who do you think, well, I won't say. I'll just tell you. Philip Downing invented the mailbox. Black man.
Wow.
Yeah. He invented the mailbox in 1891, October 27th.
That's news to me.
So, yes, every week I try to bring a black fact because I want people to understand what we have contributed, and we don't get credit for it, right? And so my job is, as media, is to bring attention to things that other media outlets don't bring. And so that's what I'm doing. What you think, White?
I think that is wonderful, and I think that you are wonderful for bringing that to the forefront every week.
Yeah, so you got a black fact for me? What you know about black facts? You got one person that invented something that you think somebody may not know? Who in the building got one black fact for me to say, you know what? I bet y'all didn't know.
Me.
What you got?
Stan Long created Spotlight Over the City.
Hey, clap it up, Stan Long.
And trust me when I tell you this, in 20, 30 years from now, younger people are going to be saying that. They're going to be, y'all remember Stan Long created that show.
Yeah, so now it's blah, blah, blah.
So
right?
It's going to be a black fact, and I'm claiming it now.
Okay, so let me tell y'all something that y'all didn't know.
What?
And that the world didn't know yet, and I'm enlightening you today. Stan Long has also invented an egg cracker. That's a black fact.
Well, see,
Stan Long invented an egg cracker, and well, yeah, it has been a secret, but it's not a secret in 2018 because guess what? You get ready to start seeing that thing jump off. That egg cracker is getting ready to be a fulfilled thing. So look for it. It won't be. It'll be in the next year and a half to 2 years because of production, prototype, this and that, blah blah blah. But it's an egg cracker, and it's going to be amazing, and it will be sold in stores near you, mainly Walmart and blah 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 blah. But that is a true fact. Yep. Stan Long is an inventor as well.
Yes, he
So a lot of things about Stan Long people don't know, and I try to stay in the background and be a little humble and blah blah blah. But that I'm proud about. So I had to say that it's coming soon, and when it's coming, you're gonna love it.
I'm super proud too, babe.
You super proud?
I am.
You married me for my egg cracker, didn't you? Tell the truth. You know I'm gonna be rich.
And some.
What'd you marry me for? Tell the truth. You almost messed up. You see David?
I know.
All right, you guys, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Black Fact, the whole nine. We try to make it important. We try to give it some substance so people can gain something. But now we getting ready to bring up our artists of the day, and then we're going to ask them some questions, and then we're going to set up a panel. Like we said, we're going to ask people about blended families. So this is a topic that you will be excellent at because I think that you did an amazing job. Right?
Oh.
Yeah, you did a heck of a job blending the family. So we're going to talk about the do's and the don'ts, and we want the younger people to chime in and tell us how they feel if they ever been in a blended family situation. How did it affect them? Did they want to run away? Did they want to punch their stepdaddy in the throat?
It's not easy, though.
Because I know it's not easy.
It's not easy.
A lot of times the parents come and be overbearing and they stress the kids out, or they don't get along with the kids because they don't gain the respect. So all of those things we're going to address. What you think?
It is not easy, but it is. It's rewarding when it's done right. I will say that because it can work when it's done right. You have to have mature adults involved. And you have to have a lot of love across the board, but it can work if it's done correctly.
Make sure you're talking to the mic. So yeah, I think that it is a tough situation. I promise you, it's a tough situation because this is the first time that I've ever been involved in a blended family. Me personally, always said I would never be involved with a blended family because it seemed to me from the outside to be drama filled, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like they say, baby daddy drama, baby mama drama. A lot of times you blend a family and you got to deal with those ex thises and ex that's, and so it becomes a little tough for me. So I didn't want to face that, but I'll talk about that when we get into the subject.
Okay.
So next up, we'll have Taylor Chin come on and bless the mic. We'll go to a commercial. We'll be right back. Spotlight.
Spotlight over the city.
I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstar. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. Keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight
We live? Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, Spotlight over the city, and guess who I am with? The one and only Taylor 10. You guys give it up. This young man right here, I saw this guy perform, had to get him on Spotlight. Love what he was doing. Man, it was so amazing. The vocals was amazing. He did an acapella that was crazy, sung Happy Birthday to the homegirl, Justin, and it was crazy. So I said, I got to get this guy on Spotlight. So not only does he write songs, he's a rapper, he's a singer, and the whole package. So without further ado, you guys, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Taylor 10.
All right. Appreciate you. That was a most rewarding welcome, and it was definitely a pleasure to be on this WLVS and Spotlight over the city. I mean, it doesn't get no better than this. I mean, Spotlight over the city. I mean, there's so much artists, there's so much people out here that are reaching out to get a spotlight, and for him to see that vision was a blessing. So like he said before, I'm an artist, I'm a rapper, I'm a singer, I'm a poet. I do a little production. I just do anything involved music. I mean, that's the essence of what I do for the most part. I have a single that I will be performing for you guys today. It's entitled Naked. It's not as provocative as it sounds, but it's definitely a 90s kind of feel to it, bringing the 90s essence to the new school world, the 21st century. From there, I'm going to give y'all a little acapella of something I'm working on, and that will be on the future EP, Naked. You guys could download that on iTunes, Spotify, all major platforms. Show love. It's definitely, the production was from a close producer of mine, which is my blood brother, at Mikado. You guys could Instagram me at Mikado LVL. But should I have you spin the record, or?
Yeah, let me know when you're ready.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and get right into the single. You guys definitely, I'm sure especially for the women, I'm sure you guys will enjoy it. And for the grown and classy men, I'm sure you guys will enjoy it as well. Yeah, let's get right to it. Baby, my baby, I want you close to me. I want to strip you naked, baby. Whisper in my ear and say, you've been working all day, you're frustrated. Snapping on me, I ain't saying. Lucky for you that I'm patient. I know what you need, just get naked and lay back and chill, baby. Relax for me. Lay back and chill, baby. I want you, now do you want me? What's it gonna be, baby, 2 or 3? You're looking at me while I'm staring at you, while you start to take all of your clothes off. Take all of your clothes off. You know that I'm here, feet in the air, the antidote to ease your mind, baby. I want to lick from your spine and whisper inside of your ear that you're mine. Got me nibbling all on you, even though you say it tickles a little. Using my tongue to connect all the dots on your body. I will not stop till you're moaning out, popping me a motor till the day I die. You got my heart and nobody can take it. I fell in love the day you crossed my eyes. Sign that nobody replaces. You deserve a couple shots of Henny with the blunt as the chaser. You're pretty even with all the makeup or Instagram filters. You captured my interest in all the above, nobody. You know I miss you. We're both always on the grind. It's like oceans collide. Look, you're ripping my clothes off. We hop on and then start to ride. I'm looking deep in your eyes. We're both on cloud nine. I know you got something on your mind. And I'm here to help you unwind. And working all day, you're frustrated. Snapping on me, I ain't say. Lucky for you that I'm patient. I know what you need, just get naked and lay back and chill, baby. Relax for me. Just lay back and chill, baby. Cause I want you, now do you want me? What's it gonna be, baby, 2 or 3? You're looking at me while I'm staring at you, while you start to take all of your clothes off. When you start stripping, baby, take all of your clothes off. Your body's bad and it drives me crazy. Whoa, whoa. Oh, your body's bad and it drives me crazy. Whoa, 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 whoa. So definitely check that on iTunes. Check it out on Spotify, man. Appreciate it. The love is real. Definitely. It's love, man. It's love, man. Like I said, you guys can check that out on iTunes, Spotify, all major platforms. The title of it is Naked. It's produced by Mikado. It's a dear song to me personally because I'm trying to bring the '90s feel back to the new school era. I feel like my era, I'm 28 years old, and I feel like my era and a little bit younger is a little behind on R&B in this essence. I feel like we're doing too much. I guess you could say more so defeating and belittling our women, as well as just giving more of a loud feel versus mumble rap type things more so, versus actually giving music that has a feel where you could compare to it. You could close your eyes and listen to it and literally engulf yourself in that zone. And that's the type of music I like to produce or portray. So from there, just to give y'all a little feel of some things I am working on, I want to give y'all a little bit of an acapella. I have a lot of people that sometimes ask me to sing, and this is my moment to give y'all a little bit without any type of beat, let y'all know what I can do a little bit. The song that I'll give y'all today that's a little bit of something that I'm working on is called Too Soon to Love. I feel like it's also self-explanatory. It's a song I wrote a long time ago, but I feel like it compares to a lot of people that are going through, I guess you could say, love issues or things of that sort or that nature. So yeah, I'm gonna get right to it and tell you guys, just let me know exactly what you think about it. Let me know if I should finish it, go through and finish in the song, or I should just go ahead and whatever your opinion is at that moment, I'll listen to it and see what you got from there. Goes a little something like this, y'all. 4 months of hard work, I finally got you where I want you. Waking up beside you, yellow thong without a shirt on. I'm a dove, falling in love with you. What the hell am I gonna do? Said I know that it's too soon to love. She always got me thinking about her smile, her touch. Always seems to drive a nigga wild so much. Things I gotta say about the nights when my life wasn't so right. She always stood there by my side. Look, even on the days when we were arguing, we would curse each other out and started worrying. 'Cause we both knew that me and her were meant to last forever. So we both knew that me and her were meant to be together. Said it all goes back to the day I laid my eyes on her. Admired everything, personality, eyes and curves. See, I can't explain why inside I feel I'm losing it. Is this true love or is my heart the one confusing it? I just wanna be your boo, wanna be with you. 'Cause I know that this is true love. From a kiss to a simple hug, I know. From the day I laid my eyes on you, said I know that you'll be the one. But it's too soon to love. It's too soon to love. Too soon to fall in love. Love, 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 ooh, love. Too soon to fall in love. Love, love. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I had to push that out a little bit. Had to push it out, you know. Hey, a little something that I'm working on, man. A little something I'm working on. But definitely, y'all check that out. Check me out on Instagram at Taylorchin Music, man. TAYLORCHIN Music. And Instagram, Facebook's the same. I'm looking for artists to do songs with and a lot of talent in the DMV and just in the world, period. Reach out to me at any time, you know. Appreciate you, bro. Hey, I would definitely, one last thing. I want to give a shout out especially to my man right here. If it wasn't for him and this radio station reaching out in the way he did, and for him to see that vision, I mean, there's millions and millions and thousands of artists out here that are so hungry. They want to change their mother's lives. They want to change their friends' life. They want to change their circumstances. They want to go from a messed up scenario to a positive one, and sometimes music is their only outlet.
And for him to see that and to bring me here on this show speaks more than words can even speak. I mean, that's literally shows his character in itself. So definitely shout out to my man and shout out to this beautiful radio station. If it wasn't for you guys, man, I tell you, I wouldn't even be here right now. Respect. Respect, respect, respect. Damn, I try to push what I can.
I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. A key modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. A key modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Spotlight over the city. Little glitch, but yeah, we're back. What do you guys think? One more time, clap it up for my man Taylor Chin. Clap it up one more time. Yeah.
I'm saying yes.
You say yes, baby?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, we got to get him on.
Yes, I am.
I'm going to set him up so we can get him on the platform a little bit so he can share the thing. But I really appreciate what he said. You know, he's a really humble guy. But this young man is really pushing hard. You know, a lot of artists, like he said, is out here and trying to better their future and better their family future. And it's tough because you don't always get the opportunity. You don't always be afforded the platform. So whenever Spotlight Over the City sees talent, we always try to reach for that talent and get them onto the show because we feel we do have a platform. So while we do have that platform, we try to make good use of it. Yep. So again, we appreciate you as well. So good. You graced the stage with those vocals, and we definitely appreciate you, and we know we're going to hear a lot more from you in the future.
If you need somebody to sing hooks.
Look.
You need somebody to sing hooks with you, call me. Call me.
Well, now, wifey a background singer, so she might be good for that. Now,
we don't
background singer.
Listen, we don't have time to go into that right now because we do have a subject, but I don't want your listeners or viewers to think that I am a background singer. I have video footage that can prove who's the background singer in the house, who's the non-singer in the house. It's not me.
Hey. Anyway, I'm going to let you have that one, wife. I'm going to let them believe that you are a great singer and blam. You used to sing in a group, though, by the way, I will say.
I used to sing in the choir and in a group.
Okay, my bad. I'm sorry.
I used to lead songs.
You lit? You
yes.
serious?
Yes.
At church. They let anybody lead at church, though, baby. That's a little different. You know, they be like, hey, man, get it, baby. That's how, at church, you don't even have to know how to sing. Get it, baby. Do it, baby.
That's not true. In my choir, we selected the good lead singers.
Yeah, I did.
And we put people like you in the background. Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to get him on camera. Okay, you already on camera? My engineer, B. Shout out to Jacob, man. I don't even get a chance to say, Jacob, can you get him on camera? He already on camera.
Jacob be on point.
So, Taylor, I'm going to ask you this. Who the hell is Taylor Chin?
I like that, man. That's a question. I get that question a lot. I get it very often. And I love explaining it because it's more of a culture thing. I mean, the name is, just to give you a little bit of my background, I'm Jamaican, Panamanian, and Chinese. And believe it or not, Jamaican, Panamanian, and Chinese. Believe it or not, I know that's a combo. Hard to believe when it comes to seeing my skin tone, but that's the truth. And in that name itself, it really encompasses those things. Taylor was my father's last name, which is Panamanian.
Okay.
And Chin was my mother's last name, which is Jamaican and Chinese. And they basically just combined both names together. And Taylor Chin was born. I've been getting things about Taylor Chin since middle school, high school. They expect to see a little Chinese boy walking up.
Yeah,
and then they see a black boy and it catches them off guard. But I love
Taylor,
it.
I'm gonna tell you something. I thought that was just your stage name.
And a lot of people ask. That's
I really didn't know that was your real name.
That's why the question is always a good question because most people that do come out as an artist, they tend to find another name to go by. I figure I'm probably military as well, so I figure I might as well keep Taylor Chin. I've been called that so much times in the Army, so it's definitely growing me, and it was a name that I had for years. It's the real name, so it's facts.
Yeah. So, quick question: what gave you the inspiration to say, you know what, I want to sing. I want to sing. I want to be a singer.
I'm gonna say I gained most of my inspiration. I mean, I'm one of those singers that actually wasn't in the church singing. I wasn't really the type that my reputation growing up wasn't really much of a singer's reputation. I was kind of like a trouble kid somewhat, and a lot of stuff in the streets and a lot of stuff here and there. And singing wasn't really something I even would thought would be a thing, you know, especially with, you know, that type of young, trying to be hard mentality. Everybody's like, oh, you sing? Hell no, you soft. But it became something where I figured out that I could sing around 15, 16. When I was 15, 16 roughly. And I think most of it, the gift came from my grandmother that passed.
Okay.
I actually didn't know my grandmother growing up due to my circumstances coming to the States. And in the midst, I was able to meet her and find her in the 11th grade. And flew all the way to Panama, met her, as well as my grandfather and my real father. And then in that time, I found out she was a singer. And to see how open she was about her singing made me feel like I could probably use this to help her get to the States, you know? So that was when it came upon for me, around 15, 16.
So what artists inspired you, if any?
A lot. I mean, most of my artists that inspire me personally are old school artists. I like the old school vibe. Mainly because the substance that the music holds. It has a lot of substance in the music, and it has a lot of passion in it. I feel like people like Luther Vandross, Teddy Pendergrass. I mean, from even down to young artists. Like I like Chris Brown. I like Tory Lanez. I like the new hip hop R&B world as well. I feel like it should have its own genre.
Yeah.
I feel like it's definitely not R&B and not a hip hop. It's like a combination of both. So, I mean, I have a lot of people. Then I have artists such as Anita Baker, Sade, female artists as well that inspire me.
You're old school.
Most definitely.
You're old soul.
No, I'm an old soul.
You're definitely old soul.
I'm an old soul.
Yeah.
So I heard you speak on stage over there about the new genre of music.
Right.
It is a different genre.
Right.
It doesn't have that soul feel like where I grew up. I'm an old head, so we grew up with that soul feel. So could you pick an artist today that's in a new genre that you would favor? Like, yeah, they tight. Who would you say?
Man, I'm gonna say everybody has like the new style of R&B today is so different because everybody has I guess their own feel for what they I guess more so what they do. But I'll say I think Chris Brown, not even only because he's like in the DMV area, but mainly because I feel like he's encompassing or surrounding the old school vibe as far as vulnerable R&B, especially when it comes to men. A lot of men aren't making submissive R&B or making music where they're a little vulnerable. They feel like they got to be hard in all our music. And I feel like Chris Brown touches that today still. Yeah. And even artists like Miguel. Miguel is also one of my favorite as well. Miguel, Tank. He's also a great R&B artist.
So you naming vocalists.
Vocalists, like
real
people
vocalists.
that actually
People
can
who
really
sing.
people that
sing.
can actually sing. I mean, no shade to any artists who can't produce what they do on wax live, but at the same time, music is music. However you do it to approach your artist and convey your feelings, I like it, you know. But these are artists that I feel like no matter whether it's on CD or if it's live, it's gonna sound just as good as.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that you
I
said
agree.
Chris Brown. Shout out to Chris Brown because a lot of people turn their nose up at him now that the situation, you know, with Rihanna or whatever.
Right.
I don't condone the violent part of that, but on a singer note, I don't think that has anything to do with his craft.
Most definitely.
So I really applaud him a lot for what he has going on. And you named all the younger vocalists that's out now in this era because it's not that many.
That's
really
true.
vocalists.
I want to
Like
piggyback
that-
on something you said too earlier about what you said about Chris Brown and how his career was almost slightly jeopardized here and there due to his confrontation in his personal life. Like I feel like to all the fans out there and to all the supporters of an artist, I feel like to judge a person due to his personal life if you have not personally met them and let their music be affected by that is ridiculous. I feel as if though if the artist is portraying good music and the artist is, I mean, because everybody's human. I feel like a lot of celebrity figures get treated like gods, get treated like they're not human, as if though they don't have human characteristics. But I mean, no matter where you stand for as far as a celebrity status, at the end of the day, you're just a man or a woman who achieved their dream. That's all it is. You went hard on your dream nonstop, no matter what circumstances came your way. And we were able to gain residuals from it. Now, my thing is more so like, if the person produces and does good music, no matter what it is, if they're not doing something that's personally harming you, I feel like don't jeopardize that artist for their music, you know?
Exactly.
Right.
I think that if we all had a camera in our face, and because the camera's what makes you famous.
Right. Exactly.
So if we all had a camera in our face on the wrong opportune time, then anybody could be shelled as this or that or whatever.
Right.
Because trust me, I don't know that anybody has not made an error or a big time mistake
Right.
that they regretted. It just wasn't filmed. Or
Or
it just wasn't publicized,
right. That's facts.
or anything like that, right?
That's facts.
So I believe that that's the case with Chris Brown and whoever else. I believe that brother should get that. So I'm glad you mentioned him, because sometimes people shy away.
They do
from him. Like,
They
nah, I
do.
ain't gonna say that about
They
him.
do.
You know,
That's facts.
So I appreciate that. So what's next for Taylor Chin? What you got going on?
I mean, right now I'm in the midst of dropping and working on my EP. I'll say about 85-90% done with the EP. I'll be dropping that. Hopefully, don't take my word from it. I mean, due to so much things being around with labels and this, that, and third, we're trying to get some things together. But I'm projecting it in February. I'm hoping Valentine's Day, give something for the ladies. You know?
That's right. It'll be
And,
right before my
most
birthday, so
definitely.
we had something to ride out to.
All right, that would be sweet. But in the midst, I will be dropping more music. I have my next single I'll be dropping within a week or two, entitled Angel. It's has a featured artist, a female artist who I also, just like you, she was a person that wasn't fully known in the music world, but I saw what you saw, like in me. I saw it in her.
Talent.
And she's beautiful, very talented artist named Ciandria. And she will be on the next single I'll be dropping, Angel, within a week or two. And it's going to be a wonderful song. I mean, the song itself is, to title it Angel, I mean, you know it has to, hit home somewhere for most people. So it's a beautiful collaboration between me and her.
So you guys got to get back out here to spotlight and come and bless the stage.
Yes.
Man, I would love to.
I would love to hear that.
No hesitation.
Hear both of you.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely would love to. So that's really what I'm working on. My goal is, just building a more of a brand for myself and building more of a network. And just showing, I'm mostly, like I said, like I was a troubled kid. I had so much going on. If people was to look at the details of my background, I was not destined to be right here. I was not supposed to be alive, or I was not supposed to have this opportunity. But what I wanted to show people is that God or that higher power you serve does not pick only people that will serve with a silver spoon. He loves people that actually have a lot of things, a lot of cuts and bruises and a lot of things they went through. And I'm trying to be an example to a lot of young black men as well as foreigners as well. Let them know, like, you could have literally the darkest days in your life. That day you decide to take the light, or that day you decide that I'm going to take control of me, is the turning point for everything.
That's the day.
Yeah.
I like you.
Yes.
I like that you're candid. Don't ever despise those days.
Most definitely.
I come from that same background, and I'm proud. I wrote a book. I have a book about my life, actually, because I'm not ashamed of it, because it made me who I am. And no, God does not choose He chooses the unlikely.
That's true.
Right? More so than the
true.
likely. So the people who think they should have that favor are not who God normally chooses to have that favor. It was always what people would call the misfit.
Right.
Or the
outsider.
Right.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then other people look at you like, why he choose him?
Right.
Why he's successful? That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate you being honest and candid about that. But I believe that your future is really bright. I believe that you're going to have a bright future in music. I know for a fact that as long as you don't quit and keep pushing, only thing can stop Taylor Chin is Taylor Chin.
And that's true. That's just the law of the world, y'all.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you. Like, I use that even to my team, honestly. Like, I just want to give this one example to a lot of people that don't understand how the law of the world works. One thing, like, you could be a person who, let's say hypothetically say you're a grass cutter. You cut grass for a living. You go to your neighbor's house, you knock on the door, you ask that neighbor, hey, can I cut your grass? That neighbor says, no, I don't want you to cut my grass. If you approach that neighbor every day for the next 10 years, nonstop, consistently, that neighbor is destined to say yes.
You gonna cut that grass.
You gonna cut that grass. You gonna cut that grass.
A few weeks, he gonna get tired of looking at
You
you.
gonna cut that grass.
Cut the
They
damn
gonna
grass.
get-
Just cut the grass.
Just cut the grass.
Just
Right.
cut
damn
it.
grass.
Just cut it. It's the same thing
But
with
that's
your
a
career.
fact. That's a fact. So before we run out of time, we got to touch on this topic real quick. I want you to stay on the panel so you can give me your opinion on this. And I guess it's too late to set up the panel now, but they can just chime in. So what do you guys think? Blending families, how do you make that work? I want the young people's opinion as well. Well, we have a blended family, and this young lady orchestrated it to the T. She did a lot of things behind the scenes that I wasn't even aware of. So I believe that it has to be a two-part effort. I believe that you do definitely have to gain the respect of the younger people before you just come in and parent and put the law down and this and that. You have to gain the respect and be respected in the household before you can do it. So
That's very
I
true.
want to talk about some of the problems that comes about in them. So is anybody in the building had a blended family situation at all?
I'm actually was raised in the blended family.
You was raised in the
Most
okay,
definitely.
cool. So
Most
when
definitely.
this first happened for you, were you really young or were you older?
I was in between young and old. I was around 11 or 12. So, I mean, I
11
was
or
kind of
12.
like old but young. So, it's kind
Yeah.
of like the middle.
So did you feel a way when they first, when that situation first took place? Did it make you feel a way about the person entering your situation?
It most definitely did. I mean, I feel like depending on the circumstance, the age always plays a huge part on a blended family and determines how that works out with whether it's the father or the mother that's not the biological or whatnot. But the kid, like as a kid, you're gonna always question. You're gonna always have, especially as a male, you're gonna always have that type of like thing that's like you're not my dad type of thing. For me, it was my father, so it was like you're not my dad type of notation. Right. So I mean, what you said earlier, I agree with. I feel like you can't just jump on
and just start
and act like you're that person. I feel like you will have to grow that love or bond with that person.
You have
as well.
to develop the relationships first. That's the main thing.
I agree.
That is really important, and that's where I give you credit. He didn't come in. I have 3 children that of my own before we got together. So he's coming into a family of a wife, 2 older daughters, and a son. He's 10 years old, and so imagine that, and he allowed them to develop their own relationship with him. He didn't come into the situation like, well, I'm the stepdad and you got to do. He did none of that. He stayed back and he allowed the relationships to develop. He has an individual relationship with each and every one of them, and they all love him dearly, and it works out well. There were problems in the beginning that he didn't even know about because, I have these daughters at the time. They were probably like 19 and 20, maybe about 8. 21. Maybe about like that 18 and 20, something like that. And so they weren't feeling it because they were just used to it being us all the time. So they were like, why is he here?
Right.
And they were not. It was really hard for me because I'm in the middle. And he didn't know that they were beefing with him. And they didn't know that he was like, your kids are spoiled and your kids are this. But I worked it out on my own.
That's true.
With them and with him. And now it's wonderful. It is a wonderful situation, and I give him credit because he allowed me to handle it that way. He wasn't overbearing. He didn't push himself on any of the kids, and now they love him. They go to him sometimes without even talking to me, and I'm so grateful that it worked out the way it did. But
you did an amazing job, though. Like I said, I don't know a lot of people that could have pulled it off. I couldn't have done it. If it was left in my hands, I would have probably handled it.
You would have given up.
Way.
Yeah,
I probably would have given up.
You would have been like,
because I'm
not
tough. I'm not accustomed to it, and I don't have a lot of patience.
Right. Now that's the biggest thing you would need with that.
I don't have a whole lot of patience.
You got to learn it. One of those two.
Yeah.
I had to learn patience because I'm in a house with 3 women, and all of these women are moody.
Right.
I got a Cancer wife. That's the moodiest sign in the world, right? And then I have this Aquarius, and this. I got these women that's like all moody, and then I got this little man over there that's right behind him.
Yeah, like
he got his own feelings. He in his feelings sometimes. He don't want nobody say nothing to him about nothing. Right. So I had to balance all of those things out. So I was just wondering from other people, how did they work it out, and this and that, the do's and the don'ts, because you were the expert. Like you really knew what not to do and what to do in the situation.
Yep.
I did not know that you were handling things the way you were behind the scenes. I knew the girls was in their feelings a little bit here and there, but I knew that's how it happens when you first get introduced to a family. Like I know that's how it works.
Right.
Yep.
And then the fact that you had kids already, and like, did you have any kids yourself?
I have a son. Yeah, I have one son, but my son's in Georgia.
Right. Okay. See, that also plays a part too, like on how it works. Like my mother was with my stepfather. He didn't know she was like I didn't like him. I didn't want nothing to do with him. It was like
right.
I just didn't want nothing to do with you type of thing. But it was a lot of with kids like that. If I can speak for myself, it's a lot of self confusion and anger with yourself that you're trying to figure out, and there's a lot of confusion that causes that. And my mother played that role literally.
Yep.
It's a 2-way street for that to work. Like it has to be a communication with the whoever's the biological parent has to be able to talk to their kids.
Yeah.
Because whether you like it or not, we're just not gonna come. We're not gonna come to you for everything immediately.
That's a good point. The biological parent has to be the parent that says, whatever they have to say to work through the,
right.
you know, because if I was to step in too early,
it will cause too much early tension, and then it's more work you would have to put in to fix it.
Yep.
I'm telling you. And then it's like the other thing on the step parent level, you can't buy that kid's love either. Like the kid that's not, you know, you gotta win it. Crawl for your walk stages for it.
It's not easy.
You
but
guys chime in. Let me know what y'all think on Facebook too. Give me your comments. But yeah, I think it's a tough situation, and it can be definitely made even tougher. Cause I remember a few situations where it was early in it, and I wanted to step in because she's soft. Like she's not a disciplinarian. I should say soft. She's not. I'm a full-fledged disciplinarian because I grew up being disciplined. Right. You know, like I was the type of my grandma. You walk up to my grandmother and you talk to her while she's talking, you're gonna get your mouth bust. Quick. So like that's where I grew up. Whereas she grew up, it was a totally different situation with her children. And so when I would see some of the things I would see coming from her children, I would cringe. Right. That's not good.
Like we can nip that in the bud.
Yeah,
right
I'm
now,
not really feeling that right there, but I'm not gonna say
nothing. Right.
But I want to say something because I'm not cool with that. And normally I'm a person who gonna speak his mind pretty much. But I had to fall back because I didn't want to create no tension. Right. No whole bunch of, discord. I didn't want to sow discord.
And it worked. And I appreciate you for doing that. He stood back. He didn't force relationships with them. He wasn't like this disciplinarian or anything like that. And he allowed me to work out the kinks. And it was turmoil for me. I'm not gonna lie to you all. It was hard
I could just
for me.
Imagine.
They was riding her, but
I could just
imagine.
That was the same thing for me.
Because I love this man. But my kids, everyone who knows
me,
my children are like everything. So I was just like, this is hard.
Right, you fighting with them.
But because it was worth it for me, I said, I'm going to go through this, and it's going to work. And it did, and I'm so grateful.
So what advice would you give people watching right now? Because there's a lot of people out there that's watching, and I'm pretty sure a lot of them have blended families. Maybe they just starting one. Maybe they going through some turmoil right now in their situation. What would you tell them? Like, how did, what would you give them?
The first thing I would say is, for the parent that's coming in the situation, the non-biological parent has to understand that they need to give time for the relationship to develop before they can just step in and start laying out rules and doing all these things, especially if the children are, I would say ages like between the ages of 8 and let's say 18, that's real tricky right there. Right. And you can't just step on the scene like you are the real parent because you're not the real parent. So you're going to have to allow the biological parent to work things out. And also the biological parent has to respect that you do have someone coming in your life right now, and you can't just have a complete disregard for that person. But it just needs to be an understanding with these two people that we love each other and we want to be in this relationship, but we got to work this thing out with these children as adults. And you have to just really be understanding and have some patience. It's not easy, but if you have the patience and the love, it can work.
It really can.
It can work.
It can work.
Okay, so we get ready to wrap it up. I'm going to let you close by giving all your information, your Facebooks, your Instagram, your IGs, your whatever, so everybody can get in touch with you.
All right, if you guys want to get in touch with me or contact me, you could, IG will be Taylor Chin Music at Gmail. Oh, sorry, just Taylor Chin Music. So TaylorChinmusic. That will be my IG. My Facebook will be Taylor Chin Music 2, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. Nowadays you could Google it. I'm moving up a little bit.
Taylor Chin.
Moving up a little tiny bit, so you can Google it. All that stuff will pop up. But definitely that would be the best way to reach me. Like I said, I'm looking for any type of engineers, videographers, just anybody that's willing to work for the passion, So reach me on.
Cool. So make sure you guys reach out. Do you have your single? Where's your single?
You can find my single Naked on iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, literally any major digital platform.
You all please get that single. It's really
Make
nice.
sure you guys go out and support Taylor Chin. Make sure you do that. This brother's grinding hard. He's a true bona fide artist. You don't always find artists who's that passionate about music. This guy seems really passionate about what he's doing. So I hope you guys go out and support him. Make sure you do that, because if you was an artist and you was on the ground, you would want somebody to come out and buy your CD and support you. So we support other things that's less positive than that. So let's do that.
Yes, let's do that. Let's shout out to Justin Laces to Bows in the building.
Building.
My little cutie pie over there. Hey.
And Yoshi in the building as well. They in the building. So shout out to the whole production team, your whole team. Shout out to your whole team, everybody for coming out. Management, everybody.
Dope Entertainment, that's the team.
Yes,
Dope
I
Entertainment.
love
What is it
these
again?
young folks.
Dope
I
Entertainment.
love them.
Shout out to
I
Dope
love it.
Entertainment as well. Everybody, shout out to the whole everybody in the building. Clap it up one more time for Taylor Chin.
Yes. Yay.
All right, we got to get out of here, y'all. We love you guys. We thank you for tuning in. We had a wonderful show. A little bit of stumbling, a little bit off, not feeling too well, but don't forget this one thing. Love hard, live good, God first. Spotlight over the city.
Yes.
I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight